As part of Agenda 2030, Sustainable Development Goal 4 aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. This means that educational provisions available in schools should be considerate of all children and not just a few. All students, regardless of the diverse learning needs, should be able to access and participate in schools. The State of the Education Report for India 2019, Children with Disabilities, prepared by UNESCO New Delhi, aims to highlight the current status of education for children with disabilities in India.
Much has already been done in India for the education of children with disabilities, but with this report, we are suggesting a number of concrete recommendations to help the nearly 8 million Indian children with disabilities get their share of an education.
The report, which is the first of its kind, presents a comprehensive picture of inclusive education in India by focusing on the role of key stakeholders, including parents, teachers, government institutions, and civil society organizations.
I think education for children with disability is always looked at a very silo, and inclusion is still a far dream for children with disability. There is a need to look at the entire ecosystem and inclusion of children with disability, in particularly at the primary level, and the focus has to remain on inclusion.
The report sheds light on some of the ongoing barriers to inclusion and addresses them in a set of 10 carefully crafted recommendations.
So within barriers, we looked at barriers that come through people, whether they are communities, parents or teachers and personnel in schools. And another perspective that we brought to the barriers are the systemic issues. For example, the kind of policies or the governance, whether it's at the national level, state or the local level. Then we looked at accessibility, classroom processes, teacher training. So we covered a lot of areas when it came to barriers to education.
It also showcases achievements and success stories from across the country to identify best practices and share crucial learnings.
When you talk about good practices, again, I'll go back to saying, what we have is anecdotal examples where in certain communities, I'm aware of good examples in Karnataka or in the Northeast, where all players are coming together and putting the child at the center. But in some ways, these are like bonsais. These are small, beautiful examples. And what we need is banyan trees, which can cover all the children in the community together.
Education has the potential to transform lives and is at the heart of UNESCO's mission. Through this report, UNESCO New Delhi aims to support the government in making inclusive education a reality for all children in India.